Answer it. So quick chat. Quick chat. It's not necessarily always about how hard you turn. Because if you overturn, everything goes to shit. Okay? You're going to hit the ball hard. You're not 10. Okay? You're so used to going at 110%, I don't have to tell you that anymore. We need to focus on the details. So if you have to dial it back a click to get the quality, do it. The last thing I want to talk to you about is is at the plate. We cannot be taking fastballs. Do not take fastballs. If it is a fastball that you recognize early and it is hittable, notice those two things I said. Is a fastball you recognize early and it is hittable. Meaning, if the ball is right here, but you saw it out of the corner of it, but you saw it as soon as it came out of his hand, and you knew it was a fastball as soon as it came out of his hand, and you saw it from jump, the expectation is you should hit this ball. You should be hitting this ball. Why? Because if we see something, we are prepared for it. I would rather you take something that is hit this pitch and you be prepared for it than you take this pitch. You're like, it's not a strike. The umpire calls it a strike. Now you're behind in the count.
That's what was happening to me. So basically, the beginning of the tournament, it's all fresh cheese. All really crazy is coming up. She's going fastball. And my load, like my dad has a video. I got literally that pitch. I was so late. Like my load is starting to happen.
Toe tap. Toe tap. Keep the toe tap. If we need to make an adjustment away from the toe tap, we will. But keep that toe tap. You have the most success with that toe tap. You just do it naturally. Okay? I don't have to tell you to do a leg kick. I don't have to tell you to do it. You just kind of, even when you hover your leg, it's the same thing, except now you don't have a second timing mechanism. It's just kind of like dangling and you're like, oh, toe tap it. Every time. From a pitching standpoint, this is a pitch you should be hitting now. Is it a strike? Probably not. Is it going to be called a strike? Most likely. Is it hittable? Yes. Is it a fastball that we expected in a hittable zone? Yeah. Same thing with this. Oh, 1-0. You probably going to get a fastball. You should be looking for it. You get one, it crosses there. Is it a strike? Probably not. Is it going to be called a strike? Most likely. Can we hit it and did we expect it? Yes. The reason why I'm telling you this is because I want you to use all three of your swings. I don't think somebody's going to be good enough to get 3 pitches by you every single at bat. But what they can be good enough to do is have you take one, the umpire helps with a second, now they throwing an off speed, you swinging a bad pitch, now you got a K. You come up the second time. You come up because you just got a K. You swing at the first pitch you see. It probably wasn't too good. You 0-1. Now they're going to throw a curveball. They threw the curveball for a strike. Now you down 0-2. They throw 3 junk pitches. And everybody's antsy, but you've been competing from the behind the whole time.
Yeah, that was my entire tournament. But like, I was able to work something out.
It is not always the swing. Sometimes it's what you do to yourself and the positions you put yourself in. Same thing in life. If you ain't studied for the test, why would you expect a good grade? If I stepped in this box and I'm not ready, 0-1, 0-0, strike. It's not a strike. I'm not ready. 0-2, damn, there goes my whole at bat. Okay? We want to dictate everything on our terms. And so I would rather you swing at this and foul it off, take a swing in this and miss, so you can learn something and calibrate, versus just taking that strike, giving it away. Now we struggling and competing from behind. I know it makes too much sense, but I know you're going to do it again, but it's okay. Because I did it too. Last round. I stopped because that's important. So right now we're going to be at 90%. Don't overturn. Keep the elbow tight to the body. Oblique tight. Quality. Okay, that's 2 down. I just want 2 goals. I'm done. Good. Hey, fellas, we got about 10 minutes. I got to leave. Good. Don't overturn. Stay on there. Oblique down. Go ahead. Come on. Just give it a second. You got to travel. You got to let it go. Collect the data. That's a lot more usable than that first one. A lot more usable. All right. Well, I need some baseballs. Pick them up. So I was telling him, is the path terrible? No. I think it has more to do with the counts he's putting himself in. Just so you know, the mic is on. So I just want you. I'll be very clear. I don't want no problems with nobody. I think it has more to do with the counts that he's putting himself in. And less. Is the bat path perfect? No. Is it better? Heck yeah. Is it 100% where it should be? Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is on certain pitches. But what we're taking and swinging at is also the thing. Because like I said, if we're taking the first strike or taking a strike, chilling, and then we down 0-1, and then we get a bad call, he swings and misses. Now we down 0-2. Now we really chasing. And so I think it has more to do with that than the actual bat path. It's a lot cleaner than it was, but that's what my thoughts are, my 3 cents. Yeah, and that's something we'll continue to work on. But I think the way to get the biggest adjustment is to stop taking fastballs. And in the meantime, we still clean that up. I'm not saying stop one and do the other. I'm saying we got to do both.
I realized I was doing Game Changer, so we've been trying to fast, but he was behind on a bunch, and it was like he didn't load.
That's the toe tap. I think that toe tap is his thing. Like, some people go back and forth, and this is the other thing. Just because that's what it is today does not mean that's what it's going to be by the time you graduate high school.
The balls I didn't think he got that fast.
They've fallen. And it's probably the toe, and it's probably because we're starting that toe tap. So here's what we're going to do. That's good. We'll pick up the rest in a second. So here's what we're going to do. You see those cones? I don't want you to start swinging until the ball passes those cones. That doesn't mean you don't toe tap and everything finish before the ball gets to the cones. Okay? So your toe tap rhythm is the same. We just don't swing until the ball passes the cones. Okay? The other thing I want you to remember is, I didn't say you couldn't collect data and collect information on the ball and decide where you think it's going to be before it hits those cones. I said you couldn't swing. So what we should be doing before the ball, while that ball's traveling, is toe tap, tracking the baseball like a hawk. Okay? The reason I'm using this, for example, is because the next golden rule is we don't swing at off speed until it breaks. We don't swing until that last moment, but we're collecting data. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. Ready? Don't swing until it crosses those cones, but collect the data in toe tap beforehand. Keep that oblique tucked. Keep that left shoulder down. Good. Do it again. Okay, we dump the barrel a little bit. Keep that thing tight. Also, another way to think about it is squeezing that core. I also want you to think about keeping that wing down, that left shoulder down. And that's going to help. That's another way to think about that. So Solomon, those right there are hard hit balls. We can work with those. We'll elevate some because you're going to miss some, but that's okay. 5 more. We'll go 10. We'll go 10. That's money. We working with that. That's cooking with grease. Okay, we hit another hard hit ball up the middle. We missed it a little bit, but we can still get a hit out of that. So that one we tucked that way a little bit. It's okay. Next swing. 6 more. Good. Good. Don't swing till we pass that cones. Last 5. Last 5. It's okay. Don't do too much. Good. 3. Coming out. Shoulder down. It's okay. Shoulder down. Collect the data. Don't swing past the cones. Good job. So the difference is, right, everything in that round was probably like a foot above the L screen and below.